Did anyone else just see that? Alright, what's up YouTube? This must be fast. 775 Game come back to you guys with another episode of SNOWRUNNER on Season 15. Yes guys. How are we all doing today? Hope you're all doing well. I know I'm doing pretty well because I think I've got a pretty, well, I'm gonna be honest, it's not much of an exciting episode because we're gonna be driving quite a bit on main roads here today. We're not gonna have a whole lot of off-roading here today. But kinda exciting episode nonetheless, I would probably say, because we're gonna be getting some real big jobs done. Kind of a lot of the super order type jobs that I was talking about in the last episode, which honestly it's been so many episodes now I don't even know which episode we're on. Um, but all going well, what we're going to do is we're going to get the 8 service spares to the lighthouse. We're going to get the 8 service spares to the docks. We're going to get the 4 medium planks to the bedroom community here today, and we're going to get the 8 fuel to the docks here today. That is what we're going to attempt to do. I've already got all the trucks set up and, you know, ready to go in their respective kind of positions, positioned at the pickup points, because I wasn't going wasting time with that here today. Well, I haven't actually, for the last couple of episodes I've been trying my best to try and get this stuff done. Trying my best to kind of get the trucks to the actual places where we need to pick up before we do anything, and it does help with making the video, because it actually, like today for example, it took me guts of an hour to actually get all the trucks set up. So it's definitely a worthwhile, just like, little thing to do off camera, especially since we're so, kind of far into this series, and like we've been to all these places already. And also season 15's been out for months now, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people know their ways around these maps anyways. Now, I know most people who watch these kind of episodes probably don't, let's be honest, but, well, I don't know. If I'm being honest, I don't really know. Maybe it's probably 50-50. That's the best way to put it. That's probably the most likely way to put it. But, yeah, nonetheless, we're back out here again today, and hopefully we're going to get all this done. This should take a decent amount of time. I'm going to say this is going to be a long enough episode for me, but after we do a couple of these, I'm going to have to do a good bit of fast forwarding here today, probably, because we're going to be driving down the same roads a couple of times. Like this road, for instance, we're going to be driving down 3 times, 4 times at least, 3 times at least, maybe 4, just because of the amount of cargo we have to kind of shift. And we're gonna need, we've got multiple trucks, just rocking and ready to go. And then, all going well, I really want to say this. I really want to say next video we will try and get the entire region completed. If we get what I stated here there at the start done today in today's episode, we're gonna try and get all of the oil, or, well, not all of the oil rig kind of contracts, but the guts of all of them done in the next what I hope to be the last episode. Because we only have, well, I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Try and get all those in one episode. I don't know if that's realistic or not. I don't think it's too far off the ball. I think that's well possible. Oh crap. Jeez. Rocks. Forgot about the rocks coming down here. So yeah, we are in the PLAD doing this job, the housing in the boonies. We're kind of job here. This is a job that we have had going, or we have had available to us for quite a while, and it's a job that I've wanted to get off the list, but just haven't gotten around to it. Hasn't been convenient to actually do it, but today, since we're kind of pulling out all the stocks to get these few things done, yeah, we're gonna do it. So we got the plaid mostly because getting across kind of the lake here and whatnot is a bit of a challenge. It definitely requires a bigger, I would say it requires a bigger vehicle, but I'm not sure at the same time. You're nearly as well off in a lighter truck sometimes, just because you won't crash through the ice. But once we get up over here onto the trails that are over here, there's a bit of a difficult trail leading up into the main town here. I believe it's called Everton. So yeah, the 8x8 really comes in handy just for this purpose, especially. Gotta love the plaid though. I'm not sure, did we use it with the new 6-slot trailer yet? I feel like I might have. Oh no. Yeah, I need to look where I'm going. Also, I need to turn on my beacons. Can I turn on my beacons, please? Turn them on. There we go. Yeah. Gotta love the flasher bar. Just looks so good. Honestly, this is a truck that I just don't use enough. I mean, like, I love it, but, like, it is a bit OP at the same time, but at the same time, I still love it. It's got all the power you want, it's got all the frame add-ons you could probably want, especially for a heavy truck, you know, it just has so much that you can do with it. Come on, winch, there you go, that's the one I wanted. Gives a little winch assist in the kind of turning department, because you know, the thing that kind of ticks me off from time to time is that even though we have loads of trucks with twin steering, a lot of them aren't that great for turning. We got plenty of trucks that are with twin steering capabilities in this game, but that doesn't mean to say that they've got a good turning circle, you know what I mean? It's just one of those situations. It's just one of those things, I don't know. Come on, Plaid, get up here. There you go. You can see the town there. Yes. Welcome to Everton. Population 51,201. It's a pretty big population for, honestly, an area that isn't that big, let's be honest. Yeah, got a load of our trucks parked around here as well, so if we need any assist in this sort of area, we should be good. We are going to be coming through here again with some service spares for the Lighthouse, which the Lighthouse is right there, just so people know. Now, we do need to get across this bridge here, which, actually, wait a second, turn on my all-wheel drive. This is probably going to be the most difficult part of this trip, getting across this bridge, honestly, just because we've got such a long vehicle here. I have had a bit of trouble with these bridges. Yeah, I've nearly fallen off them a couple of times. And since we're so wide, yeah, we're nearly the width of the bridge in this thing. Oh, and it bounces, it goes up and down and everything. Oh, I hate this. I hate this. Oh, look at how much the plaid pushes each one down when we get onto them. Oh geez, they're moving back and forth. Come on. Okay, back it up. It won't let me go up onto it. Come on, go up onto it. There you go. Yeah, you really want to be careful. They can nearly, it nearly feels like they can slide out from underneath you. I don't know. Come on. Come on, where's the power? There it is. There's the power, okay. Yeah, okay, we're across, we're alright. Okay, good. Yeah, because I've had a couple of bad experiences so far. One of them, unfortunately, I lost footage. So that's, yeah, that's annoying. Okay, but yeah, we're across onto the little island area here, so we're just going to be going up and around here. So not too bad. This has actually been pretty quick. We got this done pretty fast, didn't we? Yeah, not too bad at all. I was honestly expecting it to be longer, but you know, when you have big 8x8 like this, you know, things actually do go a lot more smoothly. You don't really realize it in a lot of cases, I feel like, but it does make your mission quite a bit more smoother when you're using a big heavy truck like this. That's, you know, kind of got all the bells and whistles, you know, all the things you could ask for, really. Come on. Ah, yes, the city of Tidal. I'm not entirely sure you can consider this a city, if I'm being honest. A few houses, you know, tucked together in this small area. I'm pretty sure this is not a city. This is a village. You know, a town maybe, but it's a village. I don't even think you guys have a shop over here. I'm pretty sure you have to go over to Everton if you want to go to the shop around here, don't you? I don't know. Well, we can drive through here quite nice and easily since we repaired that pipe. Now we're just gonna pull in here. This is wood for the houses they wanted or something like that. Jeez, we're barely gonna be able to fit into this road here. Or well, I'm barely gonna be able to make it around the turn. Honestly, if I ordered something like building materials or something like that, and a truck this big showed up with the building materials, I'd be wondering if I spent too much money. I'd be wondering if I bought materials for like 5 houses and not just one. Okay, so cargo management. We got 3 available, which is very nice. It's too bad. Well, we do have an 8-slot trailer in this game, but like 8-slot trailer, it's extremely, and I do mean extremely, impractical. So at the moment, I feel like this is nearly the best way to transport 8 slots of cargos. A kind of a 6-slot sort of setup. I think that's the best way to do it. Which is what we're going to be doing for a couple of the other missions today as well, since everything we're doing today requires 8 slots of cargo. Housing in the Boonies. You've made great time. Thanks for being so fast and careful. We should be able to finish the houses and let their new owners move in soon. Please accept this as a token of our town's appreciation. So 970 XP and 13,300 bucks. So say that's fairly well paid. I'm just gonna leave this giant ass truck parked in this guy's driveway then, just for the fun of it. And now we are going to be heading down to the port, where you will see I have 2 trucks set up here and ready to go. We got the Mack Pinnacle and we got the International 5600 TS ready to go here, both loaded with 8 service spares. So yeah. And we are going to be, well, we're going to be doing both of these, obviously, so I suppose I'll accept both of them. But we're going to be doing the Lighthouse one first. No, I don't want to restart it. We're going to be doing the Lighthouse one first, and we're going to be going to that here in this. Yeah, in this. Now, considering you know, trying to keep this video somewhat you know, short or whatever, I think I will actually fast forward this. So we're gonna fast forward this entire mission pretty much, but like we've done this route plenty of times before, so yeah, I'm not expecting anything really to go wrong. But if something does go wrong, we do have the Azov Atom there. I just brought it through the tunnel. The last episode, it was like right on the other side of this tunnel. Yeah, so if something does go wrong, if we do get stuck or something, that guy's there. So yeah, I don't think anything will go too wrong. The biggest worry we have at the moment is the possibility of flipping. So yeah, with this kind of stacking going on. I'll see you guys here once we get up to the lighthouse, though. Did did anyone else just see that? Okay. Alright guys, and here we are. So yeah, that took a little bit longer than I thought it would. I had a few bumps along the way there. I did get stuck down here, and then I had to go get the dairy, just because there was a large chunk of ice underneath the one side of the truck, and I was afraid if I tried winching myself forward, I would flip. So yeah, that was the reason behind that. Other than that, we dropped that one service spare, which just fell out of the back of the truck again, quite a few times. But yeah, really overall, nothing too bad happened. Honestly, this was nearly the most difficult part of the entire journey. I thought it was going to be somewhere down around here where something was going to go wrong, but no, I was wrong. The main reason why I did bring this truck in the beginning was because I knew getting up to just kind of this area, it's not exactly the easiest. So I came up here in this truck just thinking, I picked this truck thinking, you know, it's a smaller vehicle, it should have just a bit more, it should be just a little bit easier to get up here with it, you know, that kind of way. Yeah, so if I, what's it, store crane, pack cargo, there's your last two. So we have Shining in the Storm. I really appreciate all your help restoring the lighthouse. It would have been impossible without your assistance. Trust me, I'm not just being nice when I say you're doing important work here. Here's your reward. 780 XP and 8,450 bucks. So probably not as well paid as I would have hoped it to be. The lighthouse is in fact working though, which is pretty nice. However, the only problem is the lighthouse was already working when I was driving up to it, so I don't really know if I achieved anything. Also, I wonder how many boats crashed because I left this mission to like the last possible one. It's one of the last possible things to do. I wonder how many ships have crashed since, you know. Okay, but that's that done with anyways, so we can move on to the next thing, which we're gonna go ahead and go down here to the pay star, and this is gonna be our next thing here, which it's not Oil Guys in a bind, it's this one. We'll track that. However, we are going to attempt to kind of do that Oil Guys in a bind job simultaneously, because I have trucks up here ready to go with the fuel barrels. It's not actually oil that they want, it's actually fuel. For whatever reason. Yeah, we're Oil Guys in a bind, but we want fuel. I don't know. I guess it's because they're the oil rig fellas, but I guess they need fuel in order to run the oil rig. They don't need oil to run the oil rig. They just need. They're just trying to drill up oil. Yeah, okay, whatever. So we're actually getting through these quicker than I thought we would, if I'm being honest. What time is it? I've been recording for about 40 minutes. So yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all, actually. I'm going to keep this part of the recording in anyways. Me driving up here towards the oil refinery and this thing, because this is some setup I've got going on here. 7-slot sort of setup. And then we're kind of carrying one on the back here. This is probably might be a better, I'm not sure really. a better 8-slot setup. I don't know, because there are other trucks you could do this with, like the Kenworth 963. If you're wondering why I'm in the International Paystar, you might think this is a bit of a weird choice, you know, because, you know, not great fuel economy and whatnot. But you know what? It's still a cool truck, and it still gets the job done, so, you know, it's still nice to use it from time to time. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Plus, it's a 10x10. It's one of two 10. Oh, jeez, what the hell was that? You guys just see that? I feel like, did we? I just saw a glimpse in the camera there for a second. It was like the iceberg karate chopped the trailer. Or something. I don't know. Okay, yeah, sure. That's totally fine. You can never be too careful around the ice chunks. You know, they're out to get you. They are. They really are sometimes. Yeah, not too long ago there, one of them just decided to bounce up whilst I was driving over it in the FEM actually. And then the FEM just was on its side. Unfortunately, that piece of footage got deleted. Well, it didn't get deleted. It got corrupted or whatever. So, yeah, I lost that piece of footage, which I'm extremely annoyed about. But whatever. Not much I can do about it. Yeah, but 10x10, this thing is so cool. And like, you know, there's not really any situation where I'll go and say that this thing doesn't work well. Yeah, it doesn't have enough fuel to get to most places, but it's got the power. So long as you have frequent fuel stops, this thing's just amazing. And well, I have quite a few fuel trucks just kind of located up here, and also like we're going to be driving past the garage on our way to the docks here. So yeah, I think we're in a pretty decent position, if I'm being honest. Yeah, look at it just chew through that. Actually, I do have to mention that the fact that we aren't like I'm not using the MHS chain tires. I'm actually using the OHD chain tires. So we're 50-inch OHD chain tires. It's working pretty well. I probably would like the mud tires on this thing just a little bit more, but unfortunately there's still that bug on this truck where the rear tires, if you're running mud tires, I think it's only mud tires. If you're running mud tires, the rear mud tires will always be on the rear, you know, the rear 3 axles. Like the mud tires, they're not placed right. They're too far in, if you know what I mean. So if you put on, you know, your kind of standard MHS tires onto this truck, you get an extreme, and I do mean an extreme, stability decrease in the rear of the truck. And considering this thing is already tippy enough in its own way because of how long it is, that's just not a sacrifice I can afford to make, you know, in the stability area of things. And you know, usually I wouldn't be, you know, usually that, yeah, it wouldn't be too much, but yeah, it is a problem for this. It is a problem for this vehicle. Okay, so here we are. We got the FLD there with 4 fuel barrels, and we've also got the Kenworth T880 just there with 4 fuel barrels. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but I had that thing parked up here for quite a few episodes with that ramped flatbed trailer, just because I used it to kind of bring the 2 TUZs over to this area. I didn't really need to, but I just kind of wanted to. Every once in a while I like to do a little bit of, I like to have an excuse to load up some vehicles onto the back of a trailer and drive around with them, you know, that kind of way. Okay, so, yeah, my question is now, should I try and tow one of these vehicles with me all the way to the docks? And my initial thought says yes, But first of all, we should get to the other side of the landslide that's right here. With both of with all of the trucks, we should get them all to the other side of this landslide here before we attempt to do any sort of convoy towing sort of thing with them. Just because, like, like, you're not gonna convoy anything through here, like, you know. Also, I'm wondering if I should do it at all, really, because with this thing, this truck's long as hell, and we've got two more semi trucks which are also pretty long that we're gonna have to tow. So I'm not even sure if it's a good idea to do any real towing, convoy style tow. I don't really know if it's a good idea. I don't know. I might just take each truck separately. I don't know. We'll see here. Let me just get all of them across here first. Anyways, it shouldn't be too hard. Well, I say that getting the T880 is going to be the T880 across is going to be a little bit of a challenge. I've already had to tow that thing through here, so yeah. Yeah, it's the T880 is not able to get through this area. But to be fair, most of the all-wheel drive trucks that I've taken through here have actually struggled. So, you know, like even this thing's is slowed down quite a bit here with this. But yeah, it is making it through. We did have to winch a couple of times though. But then again, when you have that long trailer back there and and this long of a truck, like, you're almost guaranteed to get high centered somewhere around there, you know, that kind of way. Yeah, just let me go grab the FLD120 and the T880. I'll get them boat over to here, and yeah, we'll see about doing a bit of a convoy of some sorts. Alright guys, I'm back. So I got the stuff across the this section here or whatever. So yeah, we're good to go from here then. Like, literally we're just going to be driving on a main, I don't want to say straight piece of road, but it's really squiggly if we're being honest, but it's a main road, it's paved nonetheless. So yeah, I think what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to fast forward me driving the Paystar and the FLD all the way down to the docks. And then once we've got them down there, I'm going to hop back up here into the Kenworth T880 and we'll drive that down, and I won't fast forward that because it's the T880 and it's highway, like, it's literally what it's meant for. It should have no problem. So yeah, I'm going to navigate this mammoth of a rig or convoy that we've got going on here all the way down there. Hopefully not getting the FLD caught on too many guardrails. We're already getting it caught on one, so, you know, it could get bad. The problem is this is a very long rig, so it's going to be very hard to control. So yeah, I'll see you guys once I get down there. Shouldn't be too long. Alright guys, and here we are, Mackenzie Shipyard. It's been a while since we've actually been down here. I don't remember the last time we've actually been down here. I think the last time we were down here was when we delivered the construction rig? Or was it? It was a coiled tubing. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was coiled tubing, not a construction rig. I think we need to drop him there, roughly. We have to go around here with the service spares. These service spares are actually not to do with the drilling rig, which that thing is, or the oil rig or whatever. That thing is, it's absolutely massive. It's actually really, it's really surreal to kind of look at in this game. Even it's just a huge structure. Like, it actually is. Yeah, these service spares are actually to repair that ship that's there. Well, at least according to the job. I wonder, once we stick them in, will that ship, like, sail out to sea? No. Okay. Probably too much to ask for. Titanic effort. Phew, thanks for the save. Fixing a behemoth like that takes a titanic effort when the job's time sensitive. Your quick help. Let's keep on schedule. That's your quick help. Let's keep on schedule. Okay, on schedule. Yeah, that's a bit of a jumble of words there. Much obliged. 1170 XP and 13,450 bucks. So, yeah, not too bad for that, I suppose. Not too bad. And then finally, oil guys in a bind here. Obviously, we haven't got all the barrels here. We will drive the other truck here. We will hop into the Kenworth here momentarily, and we'll drive it down. Shouldn't take us too long. There's the coal lobe. I've just had that thing sitting here since episode 2, I think. Or no, was it episode 3? It might have been, yeah, episode 3, I think. Okay, so there we go. 4 of 8. Not too bad. Those are actually for the drilling rig, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but it actually, you know, in all fairness, it is actually quite a bit of a drive from here all the way down there, especially with the way the road kind of curves and whatnot. I mean, it was definitely quite a bit of a drive with those two trucks anyways, because, you know, we were driving quite slowly. Like, the one thing is that, you know, your top speed is always decreased whenever you're towing another vehicle. It just always is. You're always doing like half your top speed, I would say. And that's probably being a bit generous, but it always feels like you're in low gear when you're towing something. It doesn't, even if you're towing something that's smaller than your own truck, you're always driving a bit slower for some reason. I don't know, it's something to do with winching or something. But yeah, since we're in a highway truck now, we can really just book it all the way there. So yeah, we're gonna have 4 jobs, 4 pretty big jobs. I did refer to them as kind of super order type jobs, but that's just, you know, if people remember, I think it was, yeah, it was, I don't remember when they were added, but they added like a bunch of like really big missions to the base game at one point in time. I don't remember when it was though. It might have been when Season 4 came out. It was a while ago anyways. They added it in one of the updates. They just added, you know, a bunch of extra missions for players who obviously didn't have any of the DLC, which was really nice. But like, they were some properly big jobs across, you know, Tamir, Michigan, and Alaska. They were some properly big jobs that would have taken you a while to get done, because they just wanted some immense amounts of cargo to be delivered to a whole load of different spots, I suppose. Yeah, it's just the way it was. If I'm being honest, I am kind of doing all this with such haste because I am still slightly scared and paranoid that Season 16 is only around the corner. I heard, I saw a comment or a post or something like that somewhere, I think maybe a week ago, that someone says Season 16 is roughly 2 weeks off, and that was a week ago. So yeah, I am kind of worried that Season 16 will come out and we won't have this finished. But considering we've got all this done today, and like if Season 16 comes out next Tuesday, which I'm pretty sure Season 16 will come out on a Tuesday, because as far as I can remember, every SNOWRUNNER update has always come out on a Tuesday, or every big update, you know, every season pass expansion update or whatever, it has always come out on a Tuesday, at least as far as I know anyways. There have definitely been some other days, but as far as I remember anyways, the SNOWRUNNER usually gets updated on either a Tuesday or a Thursday. That's as far as I know. So, you know, assuming that you know, it doesn't come out, but even if it does come out sometime next week, I think we will try to finish this region, because, like, you know, there's only 4 more jobs left after this. Oh jeez, jeez. There's only 4 more jobs in this region left after we finish this job, and since we've done 4 jobs today, I see no reason why we can't get those 4 jobs done in the next episode. So yeah, I really don't see a reason to quit while we're ahead. If Season 16 comes out and we still need to finish this region, we're going to finish this region. I'm not leaving it unfinished. I'm not leaving it when we're probably like 90-something% done. Now, I have left regions unfinished before. Actually, you know what? To be fair, the only regions which, you know, I've played through that I've left unfinished are Ontario. Forget the fact that we do actually have quite a few Canadian regions in SNOWRUNNER. Yeah, the only 2 things that I've actually left unfinished that I've done a playthrough series on are Ontario. And to be fair, Ontario was the first ever season that I decided to do a playthrough series of. You know, it was kind of around the time when I was kind of wondering what should I do after the hard mode series, or if I should continue the hard mode series. I think, yeah, I kind of finished up with the hard mode series and I started that. I don't really remember, but that yeah, we didn't complete that, which, you know, to be honest, a lot of the jobs were pretty long and hard and complicated in that region. So yeah, I don't want to justify the fact that I left the region unfinished, but we did. And, you know, it actually wasn't because I didn't have the time to finish it. It's actually because I got fed up of Ontario. I actually quit Ontario for a few weeks. I actually quit playing it for a few weeks, and I went playing some other games. Just because it, with like the water missions, I was so fed up of the water transporting missions in Ontario. I could have 100% gotten that region finished. And, you know, I still don't have it finished. But yeah. And then the only other region which I've done a playthrough series on this, like, save and whatnot in normal mode that I didn't finish was North Carolina, which I feel like is a lot more understandable because North Carolina is a 4-map region, and yeah. But apart from that, all the other 2-map regions and the 1-map region, Season 13, we've gotten completed. So yeah, you know. Also, off camera, I actually went back off camera and finished North Carolina, because North Carolina was actually a season I genuinely enjoyed. It wasn't hard, but, you know, I did enjoy it. It wasn't extremely hard or anything, but it did have an enjoyable amount of difficulty to it, you know. Okay, but here's our 4 or not oil barrels, fuel barrels. Oil guys in a bind. If you take shipping costs into account, fuel becomes an expensive resource on the open seas, which makes everyone value it all the more. But you've done your part, so here's your pay. 1,050 XP and 8,850 bucks. So just we got paid even less for that. Okay, there's the oil rig, the Polar Saber 2. I think that's it's a cool name. This is totally not referencing their own the devs or anything, you know. Also has Canada written on it up there. Huh. Yeah, but with a bit of luck, next episode, we'll get that thing up and running, and we'll finish the region. Actually, what are we on? 94%. 94% done. 60 out of 64 missions. Every time I look at a region and see that I'm almost done, I think to myself, wait, seriously, am I? Yeah, but that's all we have to do. That's all the jobs we have to do. All the real man's job things. Yeah. If you don't work on an oil rig, you're not a real man, according to this game. But, yeah. Thank you all very much for watching. It's been a fun one, actually. This episode, went pretty smoothly, Yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next one, where we will, hopefully, fingers crossed, finish this region. I'll see you guys then. Goodbye.